Okay, welcome to day number 19 of the 30 days to $3,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Let's get into what I did. First, actually, should rearrange this. First, I did the LinkedIn outreach, 30 requests, um, and then I had the first consult call today. So, before I tell you how the call went, I thought I'd just share how I structure these calls and kind of give you yeah, like kind of behind the scenes what the structure of how I go through the call. So let me just call structure. Should have prepared this before. Sorry. Anyway, so the first thing I like to do is actually what what I used to do was I would start with the solution and be like, oh, like here for example, I'd say, hey, so offer a service. We're able to capture more leads through this thing called the lead magnet. Here's how it works, blah, blah, blah. Well, it turns out nobody really cares about your solution unless it solves their problem. So now the way I go about it is first thing in the call, I structure it. So I say, is it okay to set an agenda for the call? I mean, never had someone say no. So I set the agenda. I basically tell them that we're going to go through this here. And what it is first is I see where they're at. So what are they currently doing in terms of marketing, in terms of their practice? Like what are there certain procedures that they're focusing on? Are they expanding? Where are they currently at? And then try to find out what's their goal. Where do they want to go? Are they looking to expand a certain procedure? Are they looking to what is the growth that they want? Because let's say there's a practice that wants to double, and then you show them a solution how they can get incremental gains, they probably won't be as interested. Whereas if they're just looking for incremental gains and you can give that, then great. So see where they want to go, and then find out like what's stopping them. Like why aren't they already there where they want to go? And that after you have all that information, after you know where they're at, what their problems are, and where they want to go, then that's where I bring in the solution. And the solution, it's pretty much always the same, but depending on their problem, it's positioned in a different way. And the solution is I basically tell them what they can do, and then the offer is yeah how much, like the terms, like how much does it cost, what exactly is involved. Um, so the call today, the problem. Well, first of all, I didn't get I didn't close the deal. Um, Problem was that the person I was talking to, the person that responded, was actually not the owner of the business. It was, I mean, she did some of the marketing, but honestly, it was like more like a secretary almost. I mean, more than a secretary, but like kind of office manager type. And she wasn't in charge. She's not the decision maker. And the problem with this structure is it only really works if the person is invested in the business, if they actually care about growth. Because employees, most of the time, okay, they might say that they want to grow, but they don't have, if you ask them, if we were having this conversation 12 months from today, um, looking back over the past year, what needs to have happened for you to be happy with the progress? Like, their answer is going to be pretty crappy if they're not the actual business owner. But if they're the owner, then they're invested and they actually want to solve it. So it can be really tricky talking with people who aren't the decision maker, and I try to avoid it as much as possible. Here, actually, I should have seen this earlier that it wasn't the decision maker. I checked my call because I have a consultation set up for tomorrow. Again, it's not the decision maker, but it's a bigger practice, so it's a manager. So we'll see how it goes. But that made the whole thing a little tricky. I wasn't really able to. I wasn't really able to get good answers. And usually, if you're not able to get, or at least for me, if I'm not able to get good answers here in this first part, it doesn't really matter what I offer. Like it won't. It's not gonna. They're not gonna be interested. So yeah, that's the update for today. Honestly, looking back, I'm not quite sure what I would have done differently. Because at the beginning of the call, I like asked what the position is, and yeah, she said like, yeah, she's not the owner, but the owner basically sent this person to to do the marketing. Anyways, didn't get the deal. Let's see. Let's hope tomorrow is better. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions about this call structure. I'm happy to answer.